Hey church, happy Tuesday. Today we are getting into our new series on the fruit of the Spirit. Annie did a great job of kicking us off last week. And today we're going to start with the first one in the list. So again, this is found in Galatians chapter 5, verses 22 and 23. And I just want to take a moment to point out that the fruit of the Spirit, it's called fruit, singular, not fruits. And so to me that says it's a package deal. Okay? This is the fruit of the Spirit. It all comes as something that's available to us if we are followers of Jesus. So one illustration that I saw described it as different sections of an orange, and that makes perfect sense to me. So I just thought that was really cool. Wanted to share that. There are 9 of them that we're going to work our way through, but the first one that Paul lists is love. Now, I don't think he lists that first by chance. I don't think it was random. I think it was intentional, very purposeful, because love, really, if you think about it, is the root of all the other characteristics that he lists in that passage of the fruit of the Spirit. If you have love, and if you can focus on demonstrating love for others, all the others are going to come. If you take a look at 1 Corinthians 13, which I'm sure many, if not all of you have heard, it's often referred to as the love chapter. It describes what love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy, does not boast. And this passage goes on, and it describes all these things that show us what true love really is. And if you look through that list in 1 Corinthians 13 and you compare it to the list of the fruit of the Spirit that you find in Galatians 5, you're going to see that a lot of those characteristics are the same. And so I think it's really important that that is our starting point for these fruit of the Spirit discussions. The other thing that I want to point out about love, and one of the reasons why I think Paul listed that first, is if you read the verses just prior to the fruit of the Spirit, if you read verses 17 to 21, Paul is describing the characteristics of a person who is led by their sinful nature. And all of those things that he describes in there are self-focused. They're focused on me. What can I get? What can I do? It's all about me. It's very selfish in nature. But love is very others-focused. We have to be, right? That's what it is. Jesus boiled down the law of God to this. He says in Mark 12:30, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul, with all your mind and with all your strength." And then he says, love your neighbor as yourself. This is what he says is basically the sum of God's law. It's all about loving God and loving others. And in John 13:34, he says, "A new command I give you, love one another. As I have loved you, so you must love one another. By this, all men will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another." So folks, in this day and age that we are in right now, I think if we just get ourselves focused on loving other people, there's no better time for us to be doing this study than right now. With the craziness that we are experiencing in our world, this is the prime time for us to fix our eyes on Jesus, to be led by the Holy Spirit in how we respond to what's happening around us and how we respond to the people around us who may be experiencing fear, anxiety, panic, frustration, whatever it is. This is our opportunity, folks, to show the world what the love of Jesus really looks like. The other verse I want to point out for today is 1 John 4:18. This one's been ringing through my head for the last couple of days, and it says, "There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear." So folks, I know that you guys trust Jesus, that he's your rock, that he's going to get us through this, but what an opportunity we have to show the love of God to the world around us and to point them to Jesus. We just got to keep our eyes fixed on him. I'm really excited about this study, and I think we're going to learn a lot together. So thanks for listening. Have a great week.